The neighbors always said Linda was the perfect hostess. Her fresh-baked bread and sparkling laugh, her meticulous lawn and well-behaved children, everything glimmered with suburban perfection. When she started the book club, it wasn't for the books. It was for the routine, the safety in circle and chatter, the type of safety that made people forget the darkness pressed against their windows after sunset. Tonight the club met for their monthly gathering, red wine swirling in glasses, voices ricocheting between ficus and fireplace. Linda locked the door with practiced casualness and drew the curtains, apologizing for the draft. As the women joked about the lurid thriller they'd finished, Linda wrote their names in her mind, crossing them off one by one, imagining their voices falling silent by midnight. She'd begun planning after the first message arrived. A shadow of paranoia slid into her inbox between school reminders and Amazon receipts. A threat, a whisper, then a torrent. At first she doubted her senses. No one believed her, not her husband, not the women around the table tonight. The stalker invented by her psyche demanded tribute, proof that others could suffer more than her. The idea became a secret companion, crowding out her own quiet desperation with its urgent hungers. As the night unfurled, her fingers tightened on the wine bottle, and her smile calcified. She offered more drinks, poured heavier each round. Their laughter dimmed as faces pinked, and words began to slur. When the first dropped her glass, Linda was ready, guiding her tenderly to the sofa, whispering concern. Two more followed, then another, the room a muddle of ragged breathing and confusion. She watched their fight dissolve in the syrupy drugs she'd slipped into cherry pie filling, the bitter almond edge masked by sugar and trust. Linda pressed napkins to lips, straightened cardigans, and waited for stillness to settle. The dark outside pressed harder, as if it could sense the ending inside. Hours later, the home was silent. Linda dialed 911, voice trembling with rehearsed hysteria. She described the texts, the terror, the masked phantom prowling her doorstep. "He's been watching us for weeks," she whispered to the dispatcher. "He said he'd hurt my friends if I didn't invite them over." Sobs punctuated her confession as sirens approached, promising safety and spectacle in equal measure. Neighbors gathered behind yellow tape, eyes wide, gossip germinating in the cold suburban air. They spoke of the stalker now, of his threats, his cleverness, how nobody was safe in their own homes anymore. But Linda, sitting on her porch wrapped in a borrowed blanket, watched their faces carefully, searching for a flicker of suspicion. She clung to the invented memory of the stalker, so vividly described, that some nights even, she began to glimpse him in the glimmer of kitchen window panes, or feel his breath on her neck as she drifted to sleep. Long after the funerals and the media frenzy, Linda's phone buzzed in the darkest hours of morning. Just a single message from a blocked number. "I saw what you did." She stared at the screen, heart pounding, as a figure moved at the periphery of her garden, lingering near the begonias she'd planted just last spring. Linda stood frozen, breath fogging the glass, as the silent watcher finally raised his hand, a finger pressed to his lips, demanding her quiet forever.